Good afternoon. My name is Tina Emery. We do have an address from Minister Ford, and Helen, could you please start the video? Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be closing the National Parent Carer Forum's conference this year, and I want to thank the organisers for their hard work in ensuring it went ahead in this very, very challenging time. It's a credit to Tina, Runal, the team around them, and everyone at Contact that they managed to deliver the conference in this innovative format and with such a busy and interesting agenda. I want to start by acknowledging what everybody listening today knows, that life for families raising children with special educational needs and disabilities could be hard before, but COVID-19 has been particularly tough for children and young people with SEND and their families. The fact that forums are made up of volunteers using their precious spare time to improve the response to the pandemic, both locally and nationally, is hugely admirable. I'd like to thank each and every one of you involved. It's been my main concern this year to ensure children and young people with SEND have been at the heart of our response to the pandemic. And as part of this, it's been a priority for me to talk to parent carers directly. I'm so grateful for the time that the NNPCF has given to gather and share your views with me, and for the feedback you've delivered to me directly. You've told us what is and what isn't working, and we've been able to use that to change and improve. For example, you've provided rich intelligence to help us understand the issues around the return to school and college this term in your areas. Through your meetings with local areas, our SEND advisors and NHS England advisors. And I look forward to continuing to work with you to support children and young people with SEND and their families at this time and beyond. I know you've also provided some incredible support on the ground for families in local areas, from hosting virtual coffee mornings and distributing care packages, to showing visible leadership to local authorities and services to help them meet families' needs. And I've been inspired by the examples I've heard of the creativity and resilience of forums, including the rapid move to virtual working, overnight in some cases. And I know this support is making a real difference. It's been a challenging and anxious time for families raising children and young people with SEND. I understand how important it is that children are safely in their education setting and accessing therapies and other health services. Accessing medical services is allowed in all tiers, whether services are delivered at home, in an education setting, or in the community. Therapists, specialists, clinicians and other health professionals working with pupils with SEND are expected to provide interventions as usual and are able to deliver provision within and move between the schools or education settings. Do please continue to let us know where this isn't happening so we can pick this up locally. It's imperative that respite and social care provision continues, and where children can't be in school, that there's a high quality offer for them. I hope you'll have seen my regular open letters which set out how government is supporting that to happen locally. On respite in particular, I've heard your concerns about access and the need for a break from caring, particularly after the latest period of national restrictions. And in response to that, we're introducing more flexible rules. These include that parents of disabled children under the age of 5 who require continuous care can establish a support bubble with another household to provide social, emotional and practical support. And we're also introducing single adult carer support bubbles, which allow a single parent or carer of another adult in the household to bubble up with another household. This applies to a single parent carer of a disabled young person who lives with them. And this is in addition to the continued access to respite at all tiers of control, alongside childcare and single parent household support bubbles. I'm mindful, though, of the impact the pandemic has had and will continue to have on you as volunteers in being able to deliver your work and operate strategically. I know the impact this has had on everyone's mental health and well-being, which I'm pleased to see has been a focus of this week's events. In these circumstances, I hope you're all taking care of yourselves and each other as best as you can do right now. I'm so grateful for what forums have already been able to deliver and their ongoing efforts, and want to encourage everyone to continue to operate flexibly and with understanding in these challenging times. I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you as we move into the next stage of the pandemic response and on our day-to-day work to improve the SEND system. Your role in the local area SEND inspections remains vital in this. The contribution of forums is powerful during the inspection process, and subsequently, where local authorities require written statements of action, I know you're playing an important role in supporting improvement in those areas. And as we move towards a new framework for future inspections, we'll be ensuring that forums are engaged in producing and co-producing in a new approach. And it's the same story in the SEND review. I've spoken to many people since I took responsibility for SEND, and I can assure you that the NNPCF has been some of our closest partners. Tina, Munal, and their regional NNPCF leads have been working with us, pointing out where we can make the most difference and making suggestions on how to make that happen. And I will continue to work in co-production with you and ministers from other government departments to deliver the vision of the original 2014 reforms. A sustainable and integrated system which delivers outcomes to prepare every child for adulthood by offering support as early as possible. Whatever challenges and opportunities we face over the coming year, I know our response is stronger for being delivered in co-production with parent carers, the children and young people. I'm looking forward to continuing to working together to ensure we're securing the best outcomes for children and young people.